came to life, and she briefly scanned it. "Nope, not Max, Dominic." She pointed again. "Down the hall, last door. I'm supposed to ask you if you want coffee." Then she smiled and went back to her reading. You didn't have to be a mind reader to know coffee wasn't an option, so Kate followed the suggested route. The hallway was lit by clerestory windows, the lustrous light illuminating a photo gallery of sailing vessels, some large, some less so, all glorious action shots of sleek racing yachts, sails aloft, running with the wind. She stopped for a moment and leaned in close to a photo of two racing yachts. Both were full-rigged, one boat heeling so hard to starboard that waves nearly skimmed its rails, and dangling inches above the water, one hand on the rail, the other reeling in a line, drenched with sea spray, was the CEO of Knight Enterprises, younger, thoroughly wet, a wide, exultant smile on his handsome face. "That was a World Cup race off New Zealand. Sorry to keep you waiting. It was unavoidable." The deep, rich voice was at ear level. Jerking upright, she swung around, gasped, breathed, "Holy shit," then flushed. Dominic Knight, in all his dark, sensual beauty, was standing there, up close and personal, his quick, raking glance so casually assessing she should take offense, not feel a shocking rush of pleasure. She almost gasped at the jolt, but caught herself in time because salivating in front of Dominic Knight would be super embarrassing and useless. He did models, aristocratic babes, high-end call girls. Researching his personal life had been like reading Entertainment Weekly. Oh God, he still hadn't moved. Was he testing her sense of personal space? Was this some kind of psychological power thing? If it was, he was winning because his tall, powerful body, sleek in a navy pinstripe bespoke suit, was way too close, way too personal. Her heart was pounding. She was having trouble focusing her thoughts. The speech synapses from her brain to her mouth were misfiring, and unless she got herself under control, she was going to blow this interview. Breathe in, breathe out. Now say something normal. "The weather's great out here." Breathless and sputtering. Shit. His faint smile widened. Arrogant bastard. But having finally regained her wits, she didn't voice her thoughts. His gaze amused, as if breathless women were the norm in his life, he blandly said, "I agree. Did you have an uneventful flight?" Before she could answer, his cell phone rang. He glanced at the display, frowned, and grunted, "Go on in, I have to take this." Flustered by her response to a man who was even hotter in person than in his photos, feeling more like a 13-year-old Justin Bieber fan than a magna cum laude graduate of MIT, she lectured her uninvited inner adolescent as she walked toward his office. Seriously, what was that all about? Haven't you seen a handsome man before? Get a grip. Better yet, go away. The hand-carved door at the end of the hall was slightly ajar. Dominic Knight conducted business casually. How reassuring. She wasn't fond of rules and protocol. Pushing the door open, she entered a low-ceilinged room with such spectacular views of the gardens that all thoughts of her embarrassing meeting with Knight Enterprises' CEO vanished. Dropping her canvas messenger bag on a chair, she walked to the nearest window wall and surveyed the garden that reminded her of some of the royal gardens she'd seen in Japan. Immaculately raked gravel, swirled in traditional wave patterns, large rainbow-colored koi visible in the clear, limpid water of a nearby pond, artfully arranged boulders, ancient, perfectly pruned yews and pines. A small arched bridge in brilliant red served as a picturesque focal point in the distance. The garden was a museum-quality work of art, carefully nurtured and maintained. Dominic Knight had an eye for beauty. "I'll personally nail you to the wall if you screw me on this. You don't say no to me. Nobody says no to me. Now do your fucking job." She flinched at the audible fury in Dominic Knight's voice. Each word was implacable, taut with rage, the tone unexpectedly dredging up long-suppressed memories. Jesus, she'd not thought of any of that in years. Her gut tightened.